everybody, welcome back. Hope you are doing good. In this video, we are gonna discuss important questions based on dictionary. Dictionary is very important. You will not only get the questions in class 11 but in the board exam too. So make sure you are clear with the basic understanding of dictionary. Then let's take a small tour. We create dictionary by enclosing the elements in the curly brackets. The elements is in the form of key value pair separated by colon. This is just like an English dictionary of word and its corresponding meaning. Whenever we talk about any data type in Python, the important concept we should know whether it is immutable or mutable. Then what about dictionaries? Dictionary is mutable. We can change the content of dictionary in place. But in case of dictionary, there are two things. One is key and the other one is value. Keep this in mind. Always key will be unique and it will be immutable. Whereas values can be duplicate and it will be of mutable data type. Dictionary is different from string, list and tuple. Hope you know different ways to create a dictionary. We can create empty dictionary with the empty curly brackets. If you want to initialize the elements, you will be writing here elements in the form of key value pair separated by comma. Along with that, there is one function named dictionary. With this also you can create dictionary from other sequence. Make sure you know zip function because we need this function to create dictionary from other sequence. When we talk about how to access the individual elements of the dictionary, for that always we will be using key because key is unique. It is just like index in case of string, tuple and list. If I give name to this index as key, nothing will be wrong. Index is also nothing but a key. Alright, here are some operations on the dictionary. We can traverse the dictionary. Whenever we traverse, it will get traversed based on key. If you want the value for that corresponding key, you will be writing name of the dictionary and in square bracket mention the key name. With this, you will be getting value with the help of key. But what if I don't want to only iterate over key and get the value in this way? Then you will be iterating over the dictionary with the help of item functions of the dictionary. With this you will get key as well as values. We already discussed that dictionary is mutable, so we can add the element to the dictionary. In the same way, we can update the element, modify the element as well as delete the element from the dictionary. Even if we need, we can check the existence of the key in the dictionary. So here are some of the general operations we will be performing on dictionary. Obviously, to perform those operations, we need functions and method. So here is one function, len function, sorted function and there are three functions, min, max and sum. Other than that, we have some methods. There are lot of methods associated with dictionary because we have two different things, keys as well as values. So make sure you are clear with the usage of all the functions as well as methods. I will suggest you to write down the usage of the function, syntax as well as one example for all these functions and methods in one page. Alright, that was a small tour about dictionary. Now let's discuss some of the important questions. Let's start with some simple questions to give warm up to the brain. Here we want to tell which method we will be using to get all the keys from the dictionary. The name of the dictionary is D. There is no function like get keys. With items we will be getting keys and values. With values we get all the values. Then which method will give the keys? Obviously keys method will give all the keys in the dictionary D. So here is the correct answer. Moving ahead to the next question. Pause the video if you want to try it yourself. Here we need to tell which statement is true about the keys. So read the statements carefully. The first statement is keys can be of any mutable type. No, this is wrong. Keys will be of immutable type. Here is the second statement. Key must be unique and immutable. This is absolutely true. Though we got the true statement, but let's read the remaining one also. Keys are accessed by their index position. We don't have index in case of dictionary. Keys can be duplicate. No, this statement is false. Ultimately, B is the correct choice. Here is the next question in which we need to find out the output of the following code. Read the code carefully. In the first statement, we are creating one dictionary. In the second statement, we are using update method. Update method is used to update the original dictionary. In this method, we are passing one dictionary with two elements. When we will print it, what we will get? If you can solve this yourself, you must try. Let's do it. This is the first dictionary. Here is the first element of the dictionary and here is the second element of the dictionary. Now look at the second dictionary. This is the first element of the second dictionary and here is the second element of the second dictionary. When the second dictionary will get updated to the first one, we know that if there is a duplicate key, then the value of the second dictionary will get override on the value of the first dictionary and the remaining elements will be as it is. So from the given option we could see B is the correct choice. This is the first element A1. For second element 3 got overwritten on 2 and here is the third element C is 4. Hope you understood this explanation. Let's move ahead to the next question. In this also we need to find out the output of the following. Alright, let's work out together. Here is the dictionary. Using print statement we are writing D of A. A is nothing but key. If we write the dictionary name and inside the square bracket if we mention key we get the value. So here what we will get? We will get 1 because the value of the key A is 1. Let's check out the next statement. There is a usage of get statement. Hope you know the syntax of get statement. Get statement returns the corresponding value if key exists in the dictionary. In the get method the first parameter is key. But look at the dictionary, we don't have key named D. Then what will happen? The second parameter is the default parameter. If key doesn't exist, it will return the default argument. So in our case, D doesn't exist and the default value is mentioned as 0. So we will get 0. Now let's look at the next statement, D dot keys. Hope you know the usage of keys. It returns a list sequence of keys. It means if we apply keys on the dictionary, you will get list of all the keys. But this is a object. We can convert it to list or tuple. Look here, we are applying list. It means what? It will get converted to list of keys. So now you will not get the object. You will get the list of keys. The first key is A, the second is B and the third one is C. In this way, we got the output of all three statements. Here is one more question of the same category. We need to find out the output of the following code. Look at the code. With the first statement, we are creating one dictionary. In the second statement, we are trying to add one element to the dictionary. Make sure you note down that the key is getting repeated. Now you know if there is a duplicate keys, what will happen. Using third statement also we are adding one more element to the dictionary. And in the fourth statement we are applying items method on the dictionary. With the hope that you know the usage of items function, tell me what will be the output. Item functions returns a sequence of key value pairs. Actually, in this format, you will get the elements of the dictionary. It is a list of tuples. Every element is a tuple. Name is Parth is clear. Hope you understood how the salary got updated to 65,000. And this is the third element. Address is Bangalore. Based on dictionary, you may get 1 mark or 2 mark theory question. But there are more chances of getting programs on the dictionary. That we will discuss in the next video. Proceed into the next question. Here also you need to find out the output of the code. There is no fixed set of questions I can assure that you will get in the exam. This is just to give an idea of the questions that you will be getting in the theory exam. So you can prepare yourself by clearing the basic concepts. Alright, let's look at the code. Using dict constructor, we are creating the dictionary. We are using zip function. Hope you know the usage of zip function. It will zip the values which are provided in the form of tuples. Then how the elements of the dictionary will get created? We are creating the elements from the tuple. So the first element of the first tuple will get connected with the first element of the second tuple. In the same way, second element of the first tuple will get connected to the second element of the second tuple. So this is the key and here is the value for that. And here is the second dictionary. We are directly initializing the elements. So with these two statements, we got these two dictionaries in this format. So this is the first dictionary, Wage 1, and this is the second dictionary, Wage 2. What we are doing in the third statement? We are using set default method. Now tell me what is the use and the syntax of the set default method. It inserts a new key value pair only if the key doesn't already exist. Otherwise, it will return the current value of the key. If we talk about the parameters, the first will be key and the second will be value. Now check whether already capsicum key exists in the dictionary. We are applying that on the Wage 1. Look at the elements. Yes, capsicum key already exists in the Wage 1 dictionary. It means what? It will not get added. If it will not get added, it means there is no change in the Wage 1 dictionary. Let's move ahead to the next statement, that is update. We are updating Wage 2 to the Wage 1 dictionary. We have already discussed the update method. If there is a duplicate key, what will happen? The value of the second dictionary will override the value of the first dictionary. So when we will print the first dictionary, so this will be the output of the last statement. Here is the first element. This is the second element. In the third element, this green will get updated. And the fourth element will be as it is. Beans are green. Hope you understood this explanation. Once again, I am repeating my suggestion. Make sure you are clear with all the methods and the functions associated with dictionary. In the same category, we have one more question. Pause the video and write the answer in the comments. Hope you got it correct. Let's do it together. Here is the empty dictionary. We are adding elements to it. The first key value pair is 105. The second will be 1 and the value will be 3. Now look at the third element. Here the key is 100 and here the key is 100.0. Both will be same because 100.0 is nothing but 100. Both are same means what? The key is getting duplicated and the value will get updated. So this is not a new element. Now 5 will get updated to 8. It means there are only two elements got created in the dictionary 1. Once again I am telling 100 and 100.0 both are same. If you will check it, if 100 is equals to 100.0, you will get answer as true. Try to print this statement. You will surely get answer as true. Alright, this is clear now. Let's move ahead what we are doing next. Using for loop, we are iterating over the dictionary. Here we are iterating using key, but we are taking the values of it and adding it up. So what is the first value? It is nothing but 8. What is the second value? It is nothing but 3. It means finally we will get the sum as 11 that we are printing. Ultimately, we know what should be the output of this statement. It is nothing but 11. Hope you are enjoying this session. If so, don't forget to like this video. In case of any doubt, let me know in the comments. We discussed some questions which are of the form of MCQs. Even we try to guess the output of the code. But you may also get the question in the form of assertion and reasoning. So let's read. Here is the assertion. Keys of the dictionary can be of mutable type. This is completely false. Now what's the reasoning? Keys are unique within the dictionary and cannot be duplicated. Hence they are always immutable type. This statement is absolutely true. So what will be the answer? A is false but R is true. If you want the explanation, here it is. The keys will be always of immutable type. Means it should be string, numbers or tuples. Alright, now there is one more category of questions you may get in the exam, that is of theory type. This is just for your reference. You may get question based on any method. Here we need to explain from keys method. So how you will write the answer for this? First you will be writing the usage of the method, then syntax and then one example. What is the use of from keys? We can create a new dictionary with the specified keys and the value will be common. If you want to create the elements of the dictionary with common value or with the same values, you can use from keys method. The first parameter is obviously keys and the second parameter is nothing but value. Why one value? Because it's a common value to all the keys. For keys you can use any data type like list, tuple or string. Here is one simple example. You can give any example of your choice. We are declaring one list which will be keys and here is the common value which will get assigned to all the keys. Look at the output. 100 got assigned to X, assigned to Y and assigned to Z. Let's not forget this type of theory question too. You may get the question where you need to differentiate between the methods. So in this question, we need to differentiate between pop and pop items. In all the data types, we know pop function is generally used to remove an item. But what is pop item? Let's figure out. This question generally asks for 2 marks. So you will be writing 4 differences. So let's discuss some of the differences. If you want to go ahead with some other differences, it's up to you. Pop function generally removes key value pair from the dictionary. But what about pop item? It removes and returns the last inserted key value pair. It means this method works on the concept of last in, first out. To pop an item, we must specify the key. So it requires key parameter. Whereas pop item doesn't take any parameter because ultimately it will delete the last key value pair. Here is the third difference what this method returns. Pop method returns the value whereas pop item methods returns key value pair. As a fourth difference, here is the syntax. So note down it properly. Alright, I hope you got a broad idea of the types of questions you will be getting based on dictionary. Along with that, you will surely get a program based on dictionary. For that, the next video is lined up. So thank you so much for watching this video. In the next video, we are going to discuss the program. So until next time, stay curious, stay healthy. I will see you in the next video.